I have a question.
Yeah.
Mother Teresa says love is a one-way street.
Uh-huh.
It always moves away from self
Yeah.
in the direction of the other.
Yes.
Love is the ultimate gift of ourselves
Uh-huh.
to others.
Uh-huh.
When we stop giving, we stop loving.
Yeah.
When we stop loving, we stop growing.
Yeah.
And unless we grow, we will never attain personal fulfillment.
Yeah.
We will never open out to receive the life of God.
Yeah.
It is through love we encounter God.
Yeah.
And my question is, Mother Teresa was always giving.
Yeah.
And she implies that if you're not in that position, then you are not fully in touch with God. Giving love is essential, is one of the most essential things in life. How do we today go about giving? All the time. She talks about doing this all the time.
Is loving giving? Mother Teresa famously interprets something so that perceptive people can understand it. That is what is going on here. Because giving means something that is being transacted, whether it's one-way or two-way transaction, it doesn't matter. But one thing that moves from me to the other. Loving actually is not transactional. See, for instance, when you see a fall, okay, the water comes down and it just goes all the way. It just pours down. That is unidirectional. It is not taking it anything back. But does the water care about where it's going to end up?
No.
Does it care about how that water is going to be used to generate electricity, generate other kinds of energies? How it is going to, take care of all the agriculture, whatever it is. Who is going to drink from it?
We don't know those results.
Nothing. It just flows and flows and flows and flows and flows. That's what love is. Nothing is held back, it just flows. See, in the case of Mother Teresa, it was flowing as charity. But in your case, in her case, in my case, in his case, it could be something else. See, because love, it does not have to be modularized. It does not have to be defined, packaged. You don't even need to worry about how it is going to reach another person. You just keep giving the best you can. How it reaches the other person, it's none of your concern. It's one of those things, when you think that love has to be packaged in a certain way, it needs to go like that, it needs to come back like this.
That's what we learn as kids.
Yeah, that's transactional.
Kindergarten.
That is transactional. See, one thing, God created us. True. Okay. And God created in His image and likeness? Yeah, that's also true. But God created every single element in this universe. And every single element in this universe I'm talking about even, subatomic elements. It's encapsulated with the conscious energy of God. So just imagine to what extent God's love is so pervaded in the whole world, and we are only being selective about ourselves. We are modularizing it. But see the love of God and how it pervades the entire universe and how it manifests through every single organisms that exist. That is the love. That is divine love. And that is the divine love that we are made of. Except, we have modularized ourselves so much, we are clueless about it. We have commoditized love, made it into a commodity, and we are transacting with love. And we think that God, who loves the whole universe like that, is so judgmental and he is so nasty and he is going to judge us and he is going to send us into eternal damnation, so we need to fear him. Come on. Remember those words Jesus said again and again and again and again. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Gosh, it's ridiculous. It's not just the church. Every religion is like that. The whole theology is centered around one thing, that is obedience. Obedience to what they say. That's believe. Believe in what they say. Obey what they tell you to do. Adam committed the sin of disobedience. And from there on, every sin in the world has something to do with disobedience. So learn to obey. What are you becoming? So seeking is something, it's going to make you rise above all these things. First of all, it's going to make you rise above fear. It's going to make you an incredibly loving being. Those are some of the things seeking love, makes you do. When you talk about St. Peter, see, what Peter had evolved into after the Pentecost, and how much he grew by hanging around Jesus. It is so phenomenal if you read the Acts of the Apostles and his letters. Phenomenal. Completely a different man. Completely a different man after that. But when he was with Jesus, he was a seeker through and through.
So we need to find out if he lost any of that.
Who lost any of it? St. Peter. Well,
I would guess not. If you really,
Terry,
yes.
The question is not whether Peter lost or anything like that. Have you lost anything along the way?
Probably something, yes.
Let's think about that, talk about that. Peter is only a study for us. Okay?
Is this what have I lost?
Exactly. Peter is a study. And so was Judas Iscariot. It's a study. But what does that study mean to us?
The answer we get out of it.
Yeah. Actually, even Jesus himself is a study. The ministry of Jesus is a study. Everything is a study. But how does that study relate to us?